Hi guys, Charley Beauty here. So today we're going to start off with a completely fresh face. I'm just taking off any of the oil or residue on my face. Then I'm going to take some latex, and if you don't have latex you can use eyelash glue. You can get that from Boots or anywhere. So I'm just taking some latex and some tissue, and I've ripped the tissue apart into small pieces just to put it on my face easier. And I'm using a sponge just to put that on. Then I started using a brush because it was easier, but just know that if you use a brush it will get ruined. I only have one brush for latex because it does get ruined, it gets all clogged and you can't get it out. So if you have a brush that you like, I wouldn't use it for this. I've made the hole with the tissue, and now I'm just going to go inside and push the tissue out to make the hole deeper. Now I'm just covering it with more latex, and when it dries I'm putting even more on because you want it to be a big coat. And then I'm putting some more tissue inside, and then I'm going to push it out again to make the wall deeper of the gunshot wound. And the good thing about this is it can be messy. Now again I'm putting more tissue on just to make it even more texturised. So that's what it should look like at the moment, and then I'm just putting even more tissue on around and just pushing it around with the latex just to make it even more smooth. Now for the eye wound, I'm just putting some latex on and then putting some tissue on, and then I'm pushing with the edge of my brush to make holes and gaps and just unevenness, because that's just going to make it look more realistic. And then I'm just making it bigger and doing the same thing again. Once the latex is on top, it should be easy to break the tissue because it'll be soaked. So make sure you coat the tissue well in latex for you to break it easily. And then I'm just going over it. Now for the chin wound, I'm doing the exact same thing. This is quite repetitive, this process. So just putting it on with the sponge, then I'm taking tissue. And then just covering it again. Next what I'm doing is taking a foundation. Now this should match your skin tone, but I didn't have any, so I just had to work with the darker one, so I had to blend it in really well, which was hard, but if you have your own skin tone that would be a lot easier for you to blend into your skin. So you're covering basically all the white bits, and I'm just pushing the gunshot wound just to make sure it doesn't get flat. Once I've done that to the eye area as well, and the face area, the chin, I'm going to take some brown eyeshadow and just define the areas on the face that I think I need to. This is just going to add dimension and depth to the cuts. Oh yeah, now you just see me putting foundation on the chin wound as well. Now I'm taking baby powder as always and putting that on my face just to get rid of any shine and just let the makeup set. If you don't have baby powder you can use your own translucent powder if you'd like. Now I'm going to start creating a black eye. Now you just have to go with this, just try and apply colours, mostly blues, reds, purples, greens, yellows, everything like that, just to the eye area until you start seeing some sort of bruise look, because you can go over the top with this, which I kind of did with the pink, but then it's alright later on because you blend it out as much as possible. Depending on how old you want the bruise to look, because if you use greens and yellows it's a kind of older bruise, and if you use blues and reds and purples it's a newer bruise. I want the bruise to be quite new. Now I'm taking a grease paint, which is a red grease paint from Kryolan, and I'm just putting that all over the cuts. If you don't have a grease paint, face paint is fine, it just might not set as well. Now I'm taking a brush to put that on because it's just easier. Now I'm filling the hole with black to make the wound look much deeper than it actually is. We'll be filling this with fake blood later, so it's fine. Then I'm just putting it in some other places just to make the wounds look deeper and just more gory. Now I'm taking fake blood. I'll have a recipe of this on my blog, but this is fake blood that I made. You can use any fake blood that you have or anything like that, but yeah. So I'm just pushing it into the wound as well, just to spread out the colour more. And you want to apply it unevenly, so you want thick globs, thin globs, like spread it out, tap it into your skin, because blood doesn't just come out evenly. Then I'm taking some different colours like reds and browns just to define the outside of the cuts. As always, I'll list all the products below in the down bar. Now I'm taking some eyeliner, and this is just a NYX Jumbo eye pencil. I'm taking it under the eye and smudging it as if my makeup's all gone bad. If you're a guy you don't have to do this, but I just prefer it because it makes it look sort of more grungier and more attacked, mugged look. I decided that I needed something more, so I put on some latex. Be careful with this because if it gets in your eye that won't be good, so just please be careful while doing this. I took some tissue and put it on top, just to make the eye look swollen. When it's dried you want to put some foundation or some grease paint or whatever you have to cover it. And then some purple just to add definition. And last of all, fake blood just to add that tiny bit of grossness to the look. So as you can see, my eye looks quite solid. To make it even more like bad, you want to put some red eyeliner inside your eye and then blend it out. For the hair, I'm just leaving it normal. And that's it. Make sure you click my last video if you haven't watched it already, and check out my website at charleypayne.com. Bye!